SAT canceled? What? What's going on, guys? I'm back with another video, and this video I'll be talking about the final update to the August SAT. Alright guys, this is the final update. I know I made like 2 or 3 videos on the August SAT being canceled in the past, but this is it. Alright, this is a definitive answer of the August SAT being canceled. And you guys probably already know whether you'll be taking the August SAT if you have not already checked the news. So College Board, in the beginning of August, it announced that August 17th, all test centers are mandated to announce whether they will be having the August SAT or not. Which means that come tomorrow, alright, so August 18th, August 19th, August 20th, no test center will be canceled. August 17th is the last day any test center can say, hey, I'm pulling out, I'm not hosting the August SAT because, I'm not feeling like my students will be safe. I don't want my students to have corona. There's a lot of cases nearby. And if there's a lot of cases nearby, obviously the test center will have to close just by the government regulation. But now it is August 17th. And if you have not already checked, please check using this site right here. This site basically tells you whether your August SAT test center is canceled or not. It basically updates you on everything regarding August SAT cancellations. And I'm pretty sure you can go to your specific test center's website and you'll be able to find out whether the test center is closed. I'm sure you can call them too, call them, email them, ask them. And the real question is now, if your August SAT is, happening, and that means 2 things. Either you are an international student, or you live in Montana or Wisconsin, or places where no one lives, so there's no corona. But now, what if you don't live in those remote areas? What if you live in California? What if you live in Florida, the epicenter of corona?
If I get corona, I get corona.
What if you live in Maryland? Right? And what if your August SAT test center is canceled? I'm pretty sure, I think 60% of US August SAT test centers are canceled, while only 40% are actually hosting the August SAT. So a lot of students will not be taking the August SAT. Like before, the general consensus was the August SAT will be the most heavily taken SAT ever, just because of all the students who were supposed to take it in March, in April, in May, in June, in July. They were not able to take it. Well, not July and June, but March, April, May, because they were not able to take it because of corona. And as a result, all these students who were trying to take the SAT in earlier months are piling up for this August SAT, and they're all about to take the August SAT, which will affect the curve greatly. But now, because of all these test centers closing left and right, that entire population of August SAT test takers just got like cut by 3/4. Alright, so now it's kind of hard to say how the curve will be. It's kind of hard to say how many students are even taking the August SAT now. It's kind of hard to say how many students are actually taking the August SAT because test centers are closed. I know a lot of students are willing to drive a couple of hours to the nearest test center that is open and that is hosting the SAT. So you never know. But now, what if your August SAT unfortunately got canceled? And this is the case for most students. Like most students in my Discord, if you have joined my Discord, link in the description below, most students in my Discord, they are facing the problem, which is their canceled SAT. And a lot of students that are part of my company, which has tutors that tutor students for the SAT, AP Test, ACT, they're also saying that, hey, my test center got canceled, what should I do? And I'm getting a lot of emails and Instagram DMs regarding the August SAT, and students keep asking, what should I do? Like, should I just quit the SAT? Should I forget about it? Or should I just focus on the September SAT? Now, there's 2 things with that, right? The only way you could ever quit the SAT is because your college that you're trying to apply to has gone test optional. Because in the past, no one in their right mind would not take the SAT. The only reason people are able to even think about not taking the August SAT is because their college that they're trying to apply to has gone test optional. And colleges are saying, hey, you know what, if you don't take the SAT, it's okay because we understand the times are rough. You may not have the funds, you may not have the transportation, your test center may be closed, so you may not be able to take the SAT. And as a result, we will edit our admission process to, accompany that. But what colleges don't tell you is that if you are Jimmy and the other person is Todd, and you guys are the exact same person, I'm talking like shadow clones, right? You guys are the exact same person. But Todd has a 1500 on the SAT and Jimmy has, a no score on the SAT. Todd will get in because Todd has shown the college that he is very talented. Colleges, they love the SAT test scores to measure, student aptitude and how well the student would fare in that college. Todd has showed that, hey, you know what, I will fare better than Jimmy in this college just because of my SAT score. Jimmy, in reality, may fare better in that college, but Jimmy has no SAT score to prove that. And the whole reason we have standardized tests is to prove that aptitude that colleges are looking for. Because college needs to be like, you know what, based on his test scores, this guy will be a great fit for my college, and he will be able to handle the curriculum, the rigid curriculum, because every college claims to have a great curriculum, even though some of them are kind of trash in their curriculums. Colleges still want to make sure that the student is able to, survive the curriculum. So that's why they look at SAT test scores, they look at AP tests. But AP tests just aren't enough, right? Because a lot of students take, different AP tests. So it's not a common denominator, but the SAT is. And that's why colleges love pushing the SAT. But now, because of SAT being test optional, colleges are rolling back and they have to, reevaluate things. But at the same time, they know that that SAT score, that 1560 SAT score, will pop out to them, all right? A college admissions officer, even though tests are optional, like I said, guys, optional, not annulled completely, they will still be like, man, dang, this guy got a 1600, man, we have to let him in. Just think about it. If you're a college admissions officer and you have two applicants that are identical, but one applicant has that one extra oomph, which is that SAT score, that 1550 score, aren't you gonna let him in? So back to the general question of, if your August SAT has been canceled, what should you do? Should you stop taking the SAT completely, abandon your studying, forget it, and just focus on college apps and start your college essays? Or should you study for the September SAT? Well, there is an early application deadline, as many of you guys know, for college applications. Most students try applying for their top colleges using the early action deadline, and what they want is their SAT test scores being finalized by then, so they can send the application with the test scores and go on about their life. So if you are taking the September SAT, I do want you guys to know that you will be getting your test scores in time. Before November 1st, you will get your SAT test scores. Because I know a lot of you guys either want a super score or you want to get your SAT test score for the first time and submit that to your college. Or at least see if it's good and if it's worthy enough to submit to your college. So if you do take a September SAT, there is no threat of not receiving your score in time. So don't worry about that. Now, in general, guys, I do recommend taking the September SAT if your August SAT is canceled. One, because you already studied for the August SAT so much. Like, you've done all this studying. You don't want that all to go to waste, right? You want to use that studying, use that knowledge you just built up, and actually apply it. Because what if you're ready to get that 1550, that 1560, that 1460, that 1360, and you just stop and you never realize that goal? That's why, guys, to prevent that from happening, you should still take a September SAT. And if anything, if you keep studying up to the September SAT, you will be sharper. Like, if you're on track for 1400, you may be getting a 1550. If you're on track for a 1500, you may be getting a 1600. If you're on track for a 1200, you may be getting a 1450. So that's why, guys, you just take a September SAT. There's literally nothing to lose. If you do horrible in it, if you bomb it, if you don't feel like studying and you just take it anyway and you still bomb it, then just don't submit it. Again, test scores are optional now. Again, these important standardized tests are all optional. So at the end of the day, if you do really bad, just don't submit it and you'll be fine. So there is literally no lose situation in this. This is a win-win situation, guys. So if you guys are taking September SAT, comment down September SAT gang in the comment section below. If you made it to the end, comment down RV31K. And thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to like the video, share, subscribe. I hope you guys will get your SAT score that you want. Hope you guys will get to the college of your dreams. Hope you guys succeed in life. Peace out, dude. Peace out, dude. Peace.